Wagner, who I really appreciate Gus's support. He's going to speak to you today from his agency, the Rocket Group, with a great presentation that's going to give you a lot of value, but also he's really helped us facilitate these workshops through the work he does with MasterCard and helping arrange those sponsorships, and he'll talk to you about that briefly later this afternoon. But thank you, Gus, and look forward to hearing the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing? I usually get the dreaded after lunch spot.
Hey, wait, that's my spot.
My first after spot. So, good to see everybody. Good to see a full room. And thank you, Ben, for putting this together. And valuable content already this morning. As Ben mentioned, I own a company called the Rocket Group. We're a full-service marketing firm. We're located in Jefferson City, Missouri, or Missouri, depending on how you prefer to pronounce it. Our Twitter handle is there at the top of the screen. Feel free to tweet, take pictures, video, anything you'd like today. Key point about what we're going to be talking about. Even though this is being recorded now, we still would like to have you to have some fun while you're learning and possibly share some of this content with those around you in your professional and personal lives. Questions are always welcome. You can email us at gus@rocketgroupllc.com. Find us on our social media channels, which we'll cover in a second. Very good. That's what happens when you use an archive slide that you get a voiceover on. So, you didn't hear it come from my mouth, but it was something I said. Anyway, a little background about myself to give you a little, I guess, credibility, if you will, in the nonprofit organization world. I've spent 7+ years as the Chief of Staff of the Missouri State Senate, 6+ years as State Chairman of Missouri Young Republicans, 25+ years in all sorts of facets in my community, in my state, just being involved. And I give a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and labors of our company to some very good nonprofits back home in Jefferson City as well. I've also been in business for more than 20+ years, 12 now on my own with the Rocket Group. By the way, if you ever get a cool office like this one in this picture, where it overlooks the Missouri River like that, it's the coolest office I'm ever going to have. Get a picture. You're really going to regret not having a picture. Okay, and again, the hashtag today, there's been a lot of tweeting going on. Really appreciate that, social IRL. And our program is called AstroNet Turf Roots. Try to spell that on your touch keypads. This is my dog, Taffy. She helped me write this presentation, and a lot of folks have been talking about pictures of animals and such. Here's mine. So what the heck is AstroNet Turf Roots anyway? Well, leading on my political experience, my business experience, my government experience, whenever we would try to hold a rally for something, be it, in favor of this or in opposition to that, you often do those in major media markets like Kansas City or St. Louis, and we'd have to bus people in just because of the convenience of parking and such. You'd be at a central location out in West County, St. Louis County, and bus them downtown. It would give the appearance that these folks were not genuine. They weren't the business owners. They weren't the doctors. They weren't the whatever. They were involved. And the critics of those efforts, one of those events, is called astroturfing. You're astroturfing that event. You're creating false grassroots. Well, I took that term and tried to apply it to an actual business purpose, an actual organizational purpose, using the term that was used against us in a practical sense. And we combine that with the net roots, so we get AstroNet Turf Roots. That'll be the name of the book I'm going to write one of these days as well. So what is AstroNet Turf Roots talking about? Anybody get this? Yeah. Okay. What are we talking about? It's just like the content that Eric and Ben talked about. We can go on for hours about that. What we're going to cover today is a lot of worst practices and best practices for engaging your audiences on social media. But if we had about 6 or 7 hours, we'd be talking about engagement at events and year-round, engaging your audience, engaging your supporters, engaging your volunteers, advocacy, getting the decision-makers' attention. If you're trying to influence some elected official or some donor, what are the ways you can utilize social media and other channels to influence those folks? Fundraising, getting investors to support you, either through those channels or making them aware of the ways that they can support you through the social media channels. And developing there's nothing worse. I'm sure we've all been in the situation, because I've been in it many times. We work and we work and we work to build our organizations. We think we've got this really strong thing, and then there's a call to action. We need 100 volunteers for this. There's a natural disaster for that. We need to show the president who's coming to town. We need to show rallies of our opposition. We start the phone tree. You're calling 1,000 people and 4 people show up. Well, by giving total engagement over a long period of time, developing those grassroots that within your organization, and creating and developing a strong relationship, you'll have a greater response when you do have a true call to action. We also talk about social media integration, utilizing more and more online tools that are available to you. Most of them are free, like Ben was saying earlier. Tracking your results, and again, empowering your members. So, in the nonprofit world, the association world, the organization world, you've got a lot of competition. I see a lot of nodding heads here. There's a lot of competition. These are big numbers. These are the national numbers. 86,000 trade and professional associations, over 1 million philanthropic and charitable organizations, all trying to reach the attention of the individual. Good thing we've got a big audience out there, 313 some million Americans and 6 million plus Missourians. I didn't count Kansas, sorry. Who's from Kansas here, by the way? Oh, good Lord. well, welcome to Missouri. Spend some money while you're here. So anyway, there's big audiences out there, but you've got a lot of competition for those eyeballs and earballs to get them committed to your causes. So whether you're the white coats and the physicians out on Capitol Hill trying to rally attention again in opposition or in support of various issues, or you're my grandma railing against something. That's not actually my grandma, but it's a good representation. Or you're the Tea Party that's out there rallying against everything. All of these individuals, all those 3 previous groups, and many, many more, are using the channels of social media to broaden their reach, get a louder megaphone, and find and develop and empower and engage new supporters and followers every day. You see a lot of that going on right now. You can't turn on Facebook even, or even Twitter, without seeing the political messages going on right now. You can turn off your TV, but we're going to find you. We know where you're at. So let's just show of hands here, starting in the bottom right corner here. Who has a personal Twitter account? Very good. There's been a lot of Twitter activity today. Who's got an association organization Twitter account? A few less. How about an organization professional LinkedIn profile? Okay. Everybody's got a personal Facebook page, I'm sure, right? Raise your hand if you don't. No, I mean you guys look. Everybody has a brand page for their association and organization? Anybody don't? Who doesn't? Great. How about YouTube? Has everybody got a brand or association YouTube channel? Okay. A lot of work to do in the video. So we're going to talk about right off the bat some things that don't work. As we just mentioned with the political campaign, the TV and radio ads are largely ignored. Direct mail is tossed, it's hopefully recycled. Direct mail is tossed, it's hopefully recycled. And from my experience, the once-a-year days at the Capitol, the community days where you get 100 people on that bus to show up at the Capitol, or the event and such, wearing all the t-shirts, we call that the t-shirt trap, are incredibly ineffective. And I'll tell you why. When I'm a chief of staff at the Capitol, or I'm a senator at the Capitol, or I'm a governor at the Capitol, I'm trying to get to the floor for a vote, I'm trying to get somewhere for a meeting, I'm trying to get to the bathroom, and there's 47 groups of all different colored t-shirts in my way. They're blocking, kind of like a football thing, you got to run through it. And I don't know if they're the AARP, the Mothers in Support of Good Things, or the 4th grade from Popsicle, Missouri. So, standing out and doing these things and building those relationships beforehand, maybe I'd know who you were. But they're largely ineffective. I will admit that I fall into the t-shirt trap many times. That's me with the megaphone. It's my megaphone, so I get to hold it in the picture. But this is an event we put together back home. Something else that doesn't work. Your branding materials, any kind of ads you place or anything like that, just saying find me on Facebook does not work. Does anybody know why? Sorry? That's the honest answer. The other honest answer is Facebook search sucks. And if you're the Boys and Girls Club, 5 million Boys and Girls Clubs might come up if somebody just searches Boys and Girls Club. They don't know that it's Lower Jackson County or Capital City area or St. Joseph Boys and Girls Club. They're not searching right correctly. So what you need to do is put out your full Facebook URL. These are some graphics. Facebook encourages this. This is from their actual marketing pages here. You can see the small print, probably like and recommend us on Facebook, facebook.com/yourpage here. There's another one here for encouraging people to check in at your location, check in at your events. We'll get to that in a second. Be sure to get your full Facebook address, your full Twitter address out there, because you'd be amazed how many people cannot find you that want to engage with you on social media. So here's a pop quiz. What's the sweet spot in characters? How many characters should your Facebook post be? I got prizes. 120 is good. Yes, that's has been mentioned. That's the great spot for Twitter. Facebook actually runs 80 to 120. I'm sorry, 80 to 100 characters. In your link, in your image, and everything else. Keep those sentences short. If you ever write a post that says, click for more, read more, nobody. Has anybody ever clicked that here? Okay, 2 people. 2 people. Very, very few people actually read more. Best time of day to post? 8 p.m.? 3 p.m.? 7:47? I think there's a lot of different studies out there that show various times, that show the entire world average of best times to post. And I'll show you the best days to post for interaction and such. What I'm going to recommend is forget all that and study your audience, study your interaction, and figure out when the best time for you to post is. And I've got a slide coming up in a minute, but it's going to explain a little bit about how we determined how we did this, or when our audience was online and engaging the most. And it's really helped our personal engagement rates and our client engagement rates. I think everybody knows this now from the previous 2 presentations. Best driver of interaction. What? There you go. That is correct. Using a personal page as a business profile or a brand page. Yes or no? No. First off, it's annoying. Second off, it's a violation of the terms of conduct that you read in depth when you signed up for Facebook. I think it's item number 14. And I think it's actually stressed and bold that you will not use this for business purposes, your personal profile for business purposes. How many times a day to post? At least twice. At least twice a day to get to continue your edge rank. You'll know when you're annoying. If you feel that you're being annoying, with too much content, too much post, but at least twice a day to keep your page active. Here's a clip from Facebook's marketing page about the photos in the video. Photos get 120% more engagement, and videos get 100% more engagement than just text alone. And there are many tools out there to put into your open graph on your Facebook page. We're going to get techie here for a second. Ask your tech people to install these tools so you get the large images, you get the large video instead of just a small YouTube link. The bigger the better. Here's the study that we did. My birthday was in May. And I've got about, I'm not bragging or anything, it's probably smaller than you guys, some of you all. I've got about 1,200 Facebook friends. And I set up my intern to watch my profile that entire day to see when people were saying happy birthday. And we charted that out by hour, and then we broke it down by the geographic range so we could find out what our true market area was, and then what my national reach we found the highest rate of engagement. 69% of the people logged in to Facebook first thing in the morning, saw it was my birthday, said, dude, happy birthday. I couldn't find a pie to make this chart, so I made a cake. And the small print says this chart is not representative of anything but pie and cake. But the afternoon hours, we saw about 23% engagement, and the evening hours, about 14% engagement.
There's sort of is it possible that there's a skew to that, because I'm probably telling you happy birthday as soon as I see that it's on there, even if I'm more engaged in regular posts for the rest of the day. So if I've already told you happy birthday in the morning, I don't have to tell you again, but I'm actually more maybe engaged at 8 p.m. than I really am at 7:30.
This chart is not representative
Of anything but cake.
Love
Love it.
But it was the best way, it was an interesting way that we could look to see when the audience was engaged. And in our mid-Missouri, actually Jefferson City market, we have an unusual circumstance where the seat of state government, obviously, and which is our largest employer, which has a lock on social media for most of their employees. And then our two of our top 5 largest employers in Jefferson City have blocks on social media as well. So people were engaging mobily, people were not working in those locations and such. It is a situation that you have to deal with when your audience is blocked away from you in their work circumstances like that. So, but what I'm suggesting here is if you study your engagement rates, post during different times of the day, see when your audience rates, you see 200 people viewed this or 3 people viewed this on the bottom of those pages after they're made. You're watching that stuff on your Facebook page, and all your analytics, your Facebook analytics, your insights there. Study that, and then you'll key in on the best times of day to post. Who else wants a cake right now? We also need to be aware of what the audience is out there. In Missouri, again, I didn't run the Kansas numbers, but for those of you looking at Missouri, there's 3 million plus Facebook accounts and 167 million American Facebook accounts. I just ran those numbers through the ad creator just 2 days ago, so these are fairly up to date. Twitter is a little bit harder to nail down to a geographic range, but Hugh and Edison estimate there's 13% of online America is on Twitter, so those numbers extrapolate out to what you see here. Now, the thing about social media that you have to be aware of when you're looking for geographic search and trying to find people by geographics, there's no requirement that you put your geographic location in. You have to put your zip code in. You have to be, it's not verified. So, if I look at Jefferson City, the Facebook population of Jefferson City is actually higher than the population of the census count. Well, we're bringing in people from the region. They're saying they're from Jefferson City instead of Eugene or Bonnettsville, which are 2 very, very small towns in our area. But they're saying that they're from that metro area. It's the largest town or city next to them, so they're saying they're from there. So that makes the numbers grow. Yes, ma'am.
Is there any way to determine, like, age demographics with Facebook? I mean, obviously, businesses don't have an age, so you take out businesses. But there's individual Facebook users?
Yes, there is. It's through the ad tool. The ad tool of Facebook makes it very, very easy. We've got a couple slides coming up that break that down very specifically. So, I guess something to look forward to. Anybody else? Okay. So how do you reach them? How do you reach these people? We have been having, and I know people criticize Facebook ads and do these, it's wishy-washy stuff. But for the nonprofit work that we've been doing in mid-Missouri, sponsored stories have been outrageously successful for us this year. It's something that's very easy to set up. It's something very affordable to invest in, and you can target the age, the gender, the interests of the individuals that you would like to see the sponsored story. We work with the Jefferson City Concert Association back home, and the last 2, they've been struggling for a couple years to try to sell tickets. We have a 900-seat event center in Jefferson City where they perform, they bring the concerts into town, and they'll be bringing in, 150, 200 people. They tried to go younger. We brought in a rock and roll band last year. We spent $2,000 on radio advertisements on the rock station there in mid-Missouri. Brought in 60 people. One person was there because of the radio advertising. And he got free tickets from the radio station. So I said, enough of that, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to target Facebook ads. We're going to target Facebook sponsored stories. The past 2 events in the past 2 months, we've drawn over 500 people to watch a John Denver tribute artist and the Riders in the Sky cowboy band from Toy Story. Yes. By targeting people who might be interested in that, young families, families with young children, and seasoned citizens for some of the other acts, folks that grew up with John Denver, and the interaction was just outstanding for us in doing that. It was an Eagles tribute band. Who doesn't like the Eagles? Mostly everybody. So, sponsored stories. And I hope you can see this on the big screens here. This is the Facebook ad tool. This is the review ad page if you were to. Does everybody know what the create tool is? It's on every page that you encounter on Facebook. Whenever you see an ad on the side column, right-hand column of your main page or your newsfeed page, or if you open up a photograph on Facebook, there's ads in that window now as well. Above that is a link that says create an ad. And it takes you to facebook.com/ads. And it's a very easy process to walk through. We're going to talk about the demographics here. I ran this number the other day, there are 74,240 people who live in Kansas City, Missouri, who are in the category of liking, supporting charities and causes. So 74,000 people have identified themselves in that demographic. To look at another audience, I looked at people who live in Independence, Missouri, who are men who are 30 and older, who like cats. You see the number. Women, 18 years and younger, who live in Missouri, the entire state of Missouri, or Missouri, who have children. 3,040 have identified themselves in that category, being young parents. For this event here, we ran a 3-day trial on Facebook posts off the Rocket Group page. It's a nice picture of Ben and myself saying that we were going to be here doing this thing. And I used the demographics that I showed you earlier, the 74,000 audience. I spent $58 over 3 days. I got 90 page likes out of it. And I got 2 calls for business. That is going to bring in way more than $58 if the checks are clear. So what I'm saying, it's easy, it's affordable. You're putting the content out there anyway. You can set it up. You can consider your Facebook ads for your post content. And you can actually set it up, just click a little box, and every post you make now becomes a new ad. It's an auto ad is what it's called. And you set your budget. It's very, very effective. Especially if you have an event coming up, you have drives coming up, if you're doing things that you want more and more people to get engaged with, to sort of broadcast that message to. Sponsored stories. For us tweeters, we all know how the hashtag works. I don't need to go into, does anybody not know how the hashtag works? I'll talk to you after class. And LinkedIn, it was mentioned earlier that LinkedIn's not a real good fundraising tool. I think what LinkedIn is, and this is a business application here, but it's a real good research tool. If somebody from Lathrop Engaged Law Firm supports your association or your organization, well, let's see who else works at Lathrop Engaged that might be interested in that. Who is Jim, Jim the lawyer at Lathrop Engaged connected to? What's his circle? So next time we talk to Jim, hey, what about Mike? Would Mike be interested in this? It's a little cyber stalking, but that's the way business is done these days. But who's paying attention? That's something you have to live with.
We didn't hear
But you're right, you're right. If somebody puts it out there, and I think everybody, I hope everybody is aware of privacy settings and on and on. LinkedIn has all the privacy settings that Facebook and Twitter do as well. You can lock out your profile, not have it viewable. Anyway, who is paying attention? You're spreading your messages out there. This is actually me on my left, probably your right. there. We're all face down at the Capitol. We're supposed to be paying attention at a rally of some sort. We're all face down in our emails and Twitters and Facebooks. How do you get people to pay attention? Say my name. Tag me in your photos. If I come to your event, I fully expect to be tagged in a photo of our pictures taken. I fully expect, if I'm supporting an event like this, Ben sent out several messages thanking MasterCard Missouri program. Setting up messages saying who are the sponsors, who are the speakers, putting those Twitter handles out there. You should be doing the same for your events. Saying, hey, thanks Dobbs Tire. Hey, thanks KU Medical Center. Make sure that those are active links, that you call out their Facebook page, you called out their Twitter handle. It's the simplest thing you can do. And if you don't like Destiny's Child, here's Walter White to say my name. Get your followers engaged. Get them sharing your content. Here's a little algorithm. Share is greater than a check-in, which is greater than a comment, which is greater than a like, which is greater than nothing at all. It's so easy for everybody to like things. Everybody likes things. How do we get them to share? Well, we put pictures of dogs in Wichita. Or we share our compelling stories that your organizations are putting out there. Those photos, those videos. Get them to share that content. And then they can put their little pithy comments along with that. And say, this is why I support the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Joseph. Get them engaged in sharing your content. And when they come to your location, or they come to your event, make sure that you've got a reminder for them to check in on Foursquare, Facebook, whatever. That they're there and why they're there supporting your organization. So let's broadcast to their channels, and it's greater awareness. As Ben mentioned, the audiences of audiences of audiences. But if anything, get them to do more than nothing at all. And make sure that the content they're sharing is not just about your fundraising, please. The business rule on social media engagement, and I believe personally this applies to the nonprofit world as well, is only 1 out of 10 of your messages should be the sales pitch. The other 9 are sharing useful information. The other 9 are sharing your good stories, your hours of operation, highlights of your employees, things like that. That 10th one can be your sales pitch. Hey, we got a black tie gala coming up. Hey, we got a brown bag lunch fundraiser coming up. Get those folks that are engaged, especially your boards of directors. We have so many young people on the boards of directors back home, and all they're doing is sharing about galas and fun events and all these things coming up, and nobody really understands what the organization is behind, what they believe in, and they become members of the board of directors for. So we're trying to teach them to do a better job in sharing that valuable content, sharing the valuable stories. Here's another thing, a way to get your supporters engaged. Who here has been approached by a business like mine or a car dealership or whoever saying, hey, I want to partner up with you for every like that somebody gives my brand page? Raise your hands. I'll give $1 to you. Well, how does that help you spread your message? Here's what you tell them. For every like your people, for every like you like, I get on my brand page, my nonprofit brand page, you give me $1. And you spread the message. Hey, we're doing a life drive for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Joseph. Is that organization represented here today, by the way? Okay, well, tell them I'm talking about. Have them drive the likes to you so you have a greater audience. There are folks that are engaged and potentially able to support your organization. And again, thank the people that you're dealing with, whether it's the board members, the sponsors, the speakers, the caterers, the venue. If you thank a venue, I see that we do this all the time with the events that we sponsor. We say, hey, G2 Gallery, hey, whatever theater, thanks for having us. And they broadcast that out, and then people their audience starts interacting with that message. Well, hey, we got an event coming up. Oh, glad to see you. So had a great time. It's just, if you thank them, they're going to retweet or share that like or that comment, and it's going to broadcast even further. Train your people, involve your people, give them something to do at all times, keep them informed, so they're sharing and posting out up-to-date information, and delegate. Give them the keys as much as you're comfortable and they are comfortable having them. Let them carry your message further. Empower your people. And this is the base message of AstroNet to our roots, is that an engaged, involved, and informed, and trained membership will be our greatest asset. We shouldn't have to do these things by ourselves, right? We always want more help, right? This is a great way to get them engaged and involved in helping you. Here's some bullet points on fundraising, since you waited for it and I mentioned it. Just make it easy for people to give you money. Promote your events on the social media. Sponsors look to social media for our events. Ben and I met on social media, and now we're traveling the state together on this tour. Tag everyone you can to raise awareness. If somebody bought a ticket to your event, put a pay, hey at Jim Jones, thanks for buying a ticket. Probably not the best name to pick out, was it? Tools like Eventbrite, which you registered, probably used to register for this event, are awesome. There's social share tools inside Eventbrite. Did anybody utilize the social share tools on Eventbrite when they registered for this event? That you tweeted that you were coming, Facebook that you were coming? Do that. Add appeal in your emails and newsletters. And always put your links to your social media and your email signatures and your website. And all of this will spread your word, spread your awareness. The key point in all of this, and the key point in the much bigger program, this is the most important one, is to commit. You've got to commit to learning the best practices to use these tools. You've got to commit to engaging your supporters, people who are already committed to you, get them committed to helping you one step further. In a tool they're using all the time anyway, Facebook and Twitter and etc. Commit to learning and staying on top of this. Commit to coming to learning experiences like this one to learn the greatest and newest shiny objects to further your message to those audiences of audiences of audiences. So, with that, who's ready to rock some AstroNet turf roots? Jackie says that's all tools. So, any questions? Great. Oh, yes.
The light drive. I like that idea when you said.
Oh.
Explain that a little bit more.
Sure. You see a lot of. Has anybody gone through that light drive? And how did it work out for you? Did you get a handful of likes, 100 new likes?
We did one, but it went to the people that were providing donations.
So how many dollars did you get, if you don't mind?
2,000.
2,000. So the car dealership or whoever, the butcher shop, got 2,000 new likes. You got $2,000. Did you get new likes?
They only got 400. That was their, or 400 or 500 was their cap.
Okay.
We had $5 per like.
Okay. But how many likes did you get during that campaign?
We got 50, maybe 75.
So there was a residual, but not
Right.
not the 500 that they got. So what I'm suggesting to you is that instead of you partnering in that way, where the brand, the company out here gets all the likes, those likes, that car dealership, that butcher shop says, go like, what's the name of your Dreams. Who doesn't like Dreams?
Right.
I'm going to go like it and see what they bet there.
Everybody better.
But you have a like drive, and the business partners with you and says, for every like that Dreams gets in such time window, I'm going to give $1 to them, $5 to them. It's a reverse of what you usually normally see. Yeah. Anybody else? Yes?
Doesn't that cause, I work for an international nonprofit, and there's a lot of different rules established that we can't put our, we can't share our logo and our name and things. I like the idea of the like drive, but I just don't know if it would mess with our group.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be a case-by-case basis, especially that, the lawyers are always going to ruin everything, right? We're the lawyers in the room. Yeah, I mean, you need to follow your own internal rules and your social media policies, etc. But what I'm saying is that the like drive for your brand is 100 times better for you than this guy can